Why does DJ Nicholas's latest work question his faith?
Rifle boss, Lincoln, woman dead.
He's here to tell us the rebranding of Abby Dallas.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Chiney K.
Chiney K tells us what's on her mind.
Frankie Paul, him never get paid.
And remembering Frankie Dancehall Paul. All coming up right here on stage. Welcome to the show, everyone. I am Winfred Williams. We'll be right back.
I don't smoke cigarettes, cause it will stop I breath.
Part of the first wave of dancehall artists, Frankie Paul was often referred to as the Jamaican Stevie Wonder. Not so much because of his visual impairment, but more because of his vocal range.
Tidal wave, it name the tidal wave. Frankie Paul, him never get paid.
At the time of his coming, dancehall as a genre had just broken into the Jamaican mainstream.
I know the scores.
And by the mid-1980s, Paul was one of the most prolific hit makers, positing tracks like these.
I don't smoke cigarettes, cause it will stop I breath.
Affectionately called Frankie Dancehall Paul, he was one of the most touring artists in the world and was still a big favorite of reggae fans everywhere up to the time of his passing. Frankie Paul succumbed to kidney failure at the University Hospital of the West Indies in Kingston, Jamaica. We're joined now by Earl Chiney Smith, a mentor and producer of Paul, and Copeland Forbes, former personal manager. Right now, right here on our stage, remembering Frankie Paul. Chiney, welcome, sir. So good to have you. Kopi, Chiney, your recall of Frankie Paul, the boy.
We have this record company, iTimes Record, and some brethren, I think from Trenchtown, yeah, Deanie, I think his name, and the next brethren bring this artist downtown. But the unique thing about him is like, I remember we stood out on the waterfront and them go outside there and them just start singing, and it's just a crowd of people. You know, and you watch the shooter everywhere I'm going, it's just like, you understand, you know? And then when him sing this song, him sing like every song. It's like him could sing the top 10 and do it just the same way, like the original. So my brethren, Mr. Brown, which was a part of the iTimes record, so we'll record this brethren. You understand? So carry him to Tough Gang, we'll record his first song. Right at the time, we was releasing Muta album, Check It. So we dressed him up, buy him a suit, and we did like one of the first album launch at the Oceana, and Frankie just mash up the place. You know what I mean? So we signed him as an artist, you know what I mean? Because the suit was a great future for him. But you know, music business, where someone say, you have this bad artist, some brethren from, I think it was Jammy's brother, come in and move him. And we have him on a contract, but you know, Frankie, we don't have no money, so we can't sue him. So it's from them the start drift, you know. But the fact that he's so talented, we know some great things would have really happened to him.
So he was under your mentorship and management for how long?
Years. 2, 3 years or so.
2 or 3 years?
Yeah.
Up to about the mid-80s?
Yeah, I mean, he moved from early because, you know what I mean, you know, most of these artists, them anxiety, them just want ray. And we as, you know what I mean, elders and other thing, we realize, say, yes man, you need to focus more, you know, rather than just run off. Because it will come, but it won't come in, you know what I mean, on a level where you can balance the thing.
But you were still mentoring him even after the contract was
still
reached?
Yeah, him still come around by the store and we jam all the time. Yeah.
So he came from where? From where?
Pienland originally.
Pienland?
Yeah, and then tried go up to like Trenchtown, and then after a while he was at Lizard Town. Yeah. But just ghetto movements. Like a star in the ghetto. You know?
A star in the ghetto, but he was blind, wasn't he?
No, not really blind. Yeah,
Partially.
yeah.
He was partially?
Yeah.
The Dennis Brown sound alike. I mean, Dennis was the most imitated artist in Jamaica's music at that time.
So we would get people want to hear him sing, but Dennis, as a popular artist, would have most of his tune them.
A recording, well-established artist.
You know what I mean? He would have to sing a Westbound Train. You know what I mean? He would have to sing a, you know what I mean, name a couple more of them Dennis sang there, you know? Yeah. You know, and then it's same with the R&B thing them. He would have to sing a, you know what I mean? A Just Once, all of them pop songs within that.
He could deliver them with great ease.
Mad.
Yeah. Typically, when artists sound like artists, there's a little bit of a little tension. Was there any tension between Dennis and Frankie? About
no,
the sound?
One time I hear that. One time Frankie damaged him in England. Mad. You understand? Crazy.
I want to bring in Copeland on that particular performance. You were there.
Yeah.
You were there. That was when? 1989? I think it was?
In the 80s. He was fresh on the scene. This was the first time I say the line around the Brixton Academy. Go around about 4 times or 5 times.
Yes.
And this was this coming of this new prince, you know, who is talented. He have the voice, he can imitate, and he was the greatest ad-libber.
First appearance in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay.
And believe you me, I mean, Dennis introduced
So you were by then managing him?
No, Dennis.
You were managing Dennis at that time?
Right.
Okay.
I was managing Dennis, working with Dennis, then I'm doing his stores, you know, and I knew when Frankie was going around to Chinaka, my mother lived just down the road from where Soul Singing, that place is where everywhere. So, but I didn't know much about him because, you know, I lived in the States. So when this youth come on the scene, well dressed, in his suit, and when you say, ow, the place turn over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I looked at the video, right? That particular video we're talking about, he was introduced by Dennis Brown, no other than Dennis Brown on stage.
My brother, your brother, Frankie Paul.
Look at it, you see how Dennis was enjoying himself that night. That he even came back on stage with him and joined him, singing, jumping, and doing everything.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody started to say, boy, this guy's a threat to the Crown Prince.
No, my Crown Prince was wounded, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Naturally, the talk was like that in London. I fix it at Sunsplash.
Yes.
You can't talk about the fix, but
So subsequently, they both appeared at Sunsplash in Jamaica.
All right. Yeah, you understand, you know, but it was because Dennis lived in England at the time.
And came home for Sunsplash.
Well, he come home to fix it because he couldn't fix it in England. He have to fix it in Jamaica. Come
back in the dancehall Paul.
I tell you.
So, China, how did he get the name Dancehall Paul? How did it become part of his name?
For example, you could just take any rhythm and play, and him sing any tune on it, and it sound like the rhythm make for that song.
Wasn't he one of those who actually went on rhythms in the dance, in the live dance, sound system dance?
That means take a big tune, take a Nat King Cole song, and just run like a, you know what I mean? One of them top rhythm, name a couple of them, you know, give me the answer rhythm then.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. And I'm just sing that. Any classic song you love, I'm on the play rhythm, and I'm that creative.
And Copeland, you started managing him when?
In the 90s.
In the 90s?
Because I started a reggae tour named Reggae Superfest. That started out with Dennis Brown, Freddie McGregor, and Stitchy. And then when I went to Europe now, I had Dennis Brown, Beres Hammond, Andrew Tosh, and Frankie Paul, you know. And that's where I really saw his talent. This guy is so talented. He plays about 10 instruments. I mean, you were in Japan with us, 2002, and you saw it yourself, you know?
Oh, yes.
And it was unbelievable.
Same thing like with recording. You just call him, and I'm just, He's a man who put on the background voice before him.
Yes.
You understand? One track of this and him just stack it up and just stack it up and finish.
Yeah, he stack it with background voices.
You take out the music out there and it's just like an orchestra of just voices.
Just a big voice that nobody can walk around.
Yeah, and him a pure speech because he can go up there too.
Yeah, he can go
down there and him go up there.
He has the greatest baritone pitch. He can go any range. Very talented in that
area. You song 1 in a Million?
Yeah. And him started adding all of those stuff.
It's sick. Yeah.
You know, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I have a gospel album at home that never released that he brought to me. He played every single instrument on it. Drums, keyboard, everything. You know?
He toured worldwide, didn't he? He went everywhere. And was living in Africa at one point.
Right,
yeah, we started living there in
Gambia?
1994. Now, the thing that I was kind of very concerned about, he has an arsenal of songs, tons of songs, and I always worried about his publishing. Because as China said, a lot of people came when China started grooming him and just took him and gone. And a lot of people was managing him and handling. And you know, he's an easygoing person, as China said. He just come and him just sing, start.
So there are lots of songs out there.
Lots of songs.
Unaccounted for.
Yes. And I don't think he was getting his just royalties.
So who's going to do this now? There's a family, I take it.
Well, his sister, you know, I have been out of the picture for quite a while.
His own kids?
Well, he has a few kids around. You know, he has quite a few kids. But in the last set of years, I'll tell you, last year when he did Star Time, and I spoke to him at mass camp, and then 4 days later, I heard his leg was amputated.
Yes.
I was shocked.
What caused that, by the way, real quick?
He had something like a problem in one of the leg. Whether you heard him use gangrene, and it developed, and you know, because him just keep moving, he never paid much attention, I understood. And then it went, and so to save the leg, they had to amputate. But his condition has been getting worse because he was taking a lot of medication. I mean, when he's traveled, one suitcase full of medication.
He should have rested and get
recover properly. Yeah, you see, what happened, he needed somebody around him throughout his career.
So what about his kids? They weren't there for him?
No, I don't know how to explain that part because that little kind of thing why I had to make my exit because I couldn't handle. It was getting crazy. And a lot of times when he was in Jamaica, he was actually living at hotels and piling up bills.
How is the funeral arrangement coming around? We've seen it too often, and it's very sad. Where great artists like Frankie passed, and there is a problem with finding money for burial. Is that so in this case?
Well, I don't even know actually what is happening. I heard that there was a problem with the foot thing, with even just getting a foot. So if that is the thing, you can just imagine the next thing.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's really sad. You know, why is it always work the way there? I do have no control over it, but I'll do anything in my power to make sure this
Well, it's the same thing thought I have, you know.
Yeah.
I looked at it now, and because of my experience, and I saw what was happening leading up prior to his death. Money is piling up for medical bill and all that something. Right now, I'm kind of worried and concerned for what is going to happen. I see a lot of people calling to me, news media, and say government must this and government must that. But let me look them straight in the eye. It cut out those foolishness. Government has no obligation to take charge of any artist. If they do that, they might as well take charge of the 3 million people, right? I have always preached to every artist I work with, put your house in order, right? When you're working and you're making the money, insurance. Most of them really do have insurance, I tell you, because I have tried to instill in a lot of them, but them don't listen. So when you give them the money, they go on their own, you know, and you can't run these people's personal life. So when I hear people talk about government must this and government that and this and that, no, there's no obligation from government to do anything for anybody if they chip in. I see Miss Grange for the part, I manage about 4 or 5 artists that have passed on, and Babsy Green has been an instrumental person in organizing and helping. I mean, I have to lift me at her.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Because every funeral she's there at the head to come back and wash her. I don't even come up with
last time I saw her, she was at Numbers.
Yes, you know, she's at everyone. Gregory, John, and one other thing she preached all the time, put your house in order. Suppose I tell you something, Josie Wales, since John Old passing, has already paid for his funeral, you know. Him have him coffin put
so
aside.
I understand.
Yes, because he said when the day come, he don't want to go through an embarrassment of anything. So, you know, it's better people just come together. And I do have to ask a question. I think there may be a problem where everybody have to come together to try and give this musical icon a good send-off. Because he deserves it.
Sorry. First, we have to find the songs them that Frankie write. Because he was really that writer.
Yes.
He cover a lot of songs. I remember I was in France a couple years ago and someone tell me, one of the songs that we produced, you know, it's like them put it out in our movie. You know what I mean? I stay out of the word publishing because I never write that. You know what I mean? My brother writes some song for him, but you know what I mean? But it's a trace all of these publishers that have them thing. You understand? Because there must be money there. You know what I mean? And all these other producers that him have hit song. Frankie never really have a hit song for me, but him have some great record. I'm willing to contribute anything out of that to support the whole thing. You understand? But, you know, I think Sierra was a big tune. Yeah. And the John just
Casanova.
Oh, you name them. You understand? So it shouldn't be no problem.
So the call is out then for those who know, who may know things about these things, about the publishing and where it is and so on, to come forward. This is the time to step up.
Nice.
I see one thing a lot of artists don't realize is the PRS and all these things. Every entertainment place, whether it's a bar, a club, a restaurant, pays a fee to perform in Right Society where it is sent to artists. But if the artists them don't put themselves in line, register themselves and have somebody around them who's channeling all these things, because you see your publishing is your pension.
Yes.
When you get old and can't sing again, you can sit down and collect. But a lot of artists don't pay any attention to that. And that's where I was worried with him, because him don't sit down and really write song with pen. Him creating it in his head. You see?
So they might not have been copyrighted.
Well, that's the part I'm worried about, which it may not. You know what I mean? And a lot, I don't know if the producers, them who worked with him, was schooling him on top of, where that is concerned, you know, because that is very important. So and I try to implore every artist. If you don't understand publishing, go talk to people like Gussie from, who runs a publishing company. Since Frankie passing, somebody published that they contacted the union and Java, and they were told that he's not a member of either the two, so they can't do anything because he cannot come under their insurance. So when I saw that, it made me start to even get worried, you know, that, we might be facing something. But I think, and I appeal to the whole Jamaica, whatever you can do, especially corporate Jamaica, when they dance to him song all the while, do come in, and if you're needed to help and contribute, let us give Frankie Paul Blake, right, a good send-off, because he deserves nothing but the best.
Okay, so well said, Copeland Forbes. Thank you so much, sir, for coming and sharing with us. Hallelujah. And still to come right here on stage, why does DJ Nicholas's latest work question his faith? Introducing Abby Dallas. Wow. And Chiney K tells us what's on her mind. That's our friend from the Tri-State USA. All coming up right here on stage. We'll be back.
Rifle boss, blink and woman dead.
Welcome back. She has been in the music industry for years, credited with roots rock reggae songs like these.
Slim no matter if a man want a fatty, brown no matter if a man need a blackie. I sing it from my heart, boy, I really love you.
Today she joins us fully glammed up, new image, and going for the dancehall space.
I don't want no ice cream, love, that's too cold for me.
Her real name is Abigail Dallas, but she wants you to know her simply as Abby Dallas. Right now, right here on our stage. Abby, good to have you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Good. So why the transformation? Why did you want to move from a songstress singing roots reggae to dancehall?
I wouldn't say it's a transformation. It's just adding to, singing to enhance the Abby Dallas brand, because I actually can sing and I incorporate, the dancehall to give that Abby Dallas brand and still have the Jamaican sound going international, because that's what I really want to do and still represent Jamaica.
But that brand, the brand was already established enough to not be affected by your transformation to dancehall, even with the physical image?
No, the physical image is just like a tip of, you know, the iceberg to say, okay, this is me. I wanted that image that when everybody see me, them know say Abby Dallas. Right now, everybody see me, them see me here, and then them say Abby Dallas. So right now, everybody keep on asking, what's the name of your hair? And I'm like, the name of my hair is Abby Dallas, Dallas Hawk, AKA kill them all and down. And everybody like, because sometimes when them see me, everybody like, them startled because they must say, who is this girl? Why should, you know, look off her head side? But I wanted to make that impact. So before you hear what I have to say, you see me. Just like when you see me bright up in my orange, I'm red ear, you see me.
So some of your fans are having problems identifying you now?
No, the thing is that my fans grow with me.
Okay.
So I'm acquiring new fans, but the old fans, they know me, they know that Abby Dallas, I've always been a person to shock the crowd, whether it's my talent or whatever I'm coming out on the stage with. But I mean, I would say that, you know, the new image is a little bit different, but they grow with me, so they don't have a problem with it, and they accept me for who I am.
A song is queued up now.
Yes, the new song, Gold Digger.
That's the song that will position you now in dancehall, I take it.
Yes, it's a song that's been running the airwaves, and everybody, the women, ladies are going crazy for that song.
So your brand is surging as a result of this move, you're saying?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's look at the song.
I forget the money now. Stocking up the piles, stocking up the dough. Strictly dead presidents, national heroes. Where you say my youth, make sure you have the dough. You say you want come chat to me, but make sure you bring cash for me. Where you come from, friend, bring cash for me.
All right, Abby Dallas, the title of that one is Gold Digger. Wow. So this is getting rotation, right?
It has been getting a lot of rotation. Everybody has been loving that. Now the video is out, and I think, you know, the video is done by Image Development Studios, which consists of Garrett and Christia. And I think the video, like, add to it now, say no, say step it up. So it's like a brand new song all over again. And I have to say, big up to the choreographer, Chiney K. She's overseas now doing a tour, and I mean, just everybody that made it possible, my team, because you know teamwork, make the dream work. Mr. Christopher Townsend, Gillo, and you know the production label is called Jenna Storm.
Okay.
So look out for that, because we're going to take over the world, not just Jamaica, the world.
Wow. To me, personally now,
yes,
it's a smart song because it's exhibiting both sides of you.
Yes.
The dancehall side, and you're showing that you're still
I mean,
a great vocalist.
I'm a trained musician. I actually went to Edna Manley. I got a scholarship from JCDC.
Okay.
To attend Edna Manley, where I majored in voice. So I'm not just an artist that, okay, I just say, okay, I just want to sing. I actually know what I'm doing, and based on, you know, all the genres that I've learned, because I'm classically trained and I can sing jazz as well. You name it, I've been exposed to all genres. So I decided, you know, to mix all that genre, to give that eclectic mix, and to make sure that when you hear Abby Dallas, you always hear something new. Even if I'm singing dancehall, I'm singing reggae, you hear jazz, you hear the pop, so you know what makes Abby Dallas music different from the rest.
Okay, so you're not just using dancehall to get the critical attention.
No, and I believe in research.
You will carry it along with you as part of your brand. The new you will be what we've just seen.
Yes, always. And look for bigger and better things, because you can only get better. I mean, this video and this song is just the beginning, because I know there's still more room for me to grow, and so I grow. I have a lot of influential people around me that, you know, come around and them encourage me, you know, they steer me in the right direction. So, you know, say more growth,
cool,
more things to expect from Abby Dallas.
All right, so quickly now about your community you're from, and you know, a quick background.
I'm from St. Catherine, Portmore St. Catherine. I went to Bridgeport High School. As I said before, I studied music at the Edna Manley College, where, you know, I moved on, I entered JCDC. I'm also the 2012 festival winner for Jamaica 50. Okay. And from there, you know, I decided, listen, I don't want to be just a next festival winner. I want it to be Abby Dallas, an artist that can represent myself, my peers, and Jamaica well, and move on. As I say, I had some other songs called From My Heart. That's the song that I came up with at first after festival.
Yes.
That's been doing good international over Africa, UK, and I also have a next song.
So those are still part of your repertoire?
It's still part of my repertoire, so Abby Dallas is still Abby Dallas. I haven't changed.
Who have you disappointed?
Nobody.
Nobody?
Everybody has been
None
loving
of your mentors, nobody in your past who would have said,
no, I
your
believe
classical trainer and
no,
so
I
on.
believe from ever since I believe in giving everybody just a little bit of everything. So I stay on the safe side where, you know, some people like jazz, some people like dancehall, some people like soca. So if I'm doing a 45-minute set, I'll put in a little bit of reggae, and then you see me switch over and I'm a different diva character now. I'm say, I go down the place, I'm say, I am that girl, them man want to date. And then I say, I forget the money now. Stacking up the pile, stacking up the dough. So I'm just switch over, because in music you have to characterize yourself, because it depends on the song that you're doing. So I say to myself, okay, I'm doing a reggae song, and I just characterize myself, and I say, sing it from my heart, boy, I really love you, never gonna hurt you. So you get the softer side of Abby Dallas, but when it comes to the grimy side, because my music is a mixture of soft and sweet and a little bit of grime.
Soft, sweet, and a little bit of grime.
Yeah,
I love that. Oh, wow. That one, you know, you said it. You said it. You know, you actually know what you're doing, and I believe you're doing the right thing. We cheer you on, and we look forward to some of you coming back and sharing more with us. Good.
I'm looking forward to it too, and you know, if anybody wants to link me up on Facebook, you know, they can link me at Abby Dallas on Facebook. Instagram, it's the Abby Dallas. It's ABBYDALLAS. And as a matter of fact, I've just been contacted for a US tour. So, you know, wow. I'm finalizing that. So, you know, things are looking up. And as we say, talent must prevail no matter what.
Good. Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us. Well, there you have her right here on stage, Abby Dallas. And still to come, why does DJ Nicholas's latest work question his faith? And Chiney K tells us what's on her mind. All coming up right here on stage. We'll be back. Nothing say a tough, calm down, no matter lose your head. Our friend Chiney K, host and producer of the On My Mind series, is home for a bit and is on our stage passing through to give us an update of what's on, you guessed it, her mind. Chiney.
Hello, Winford. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I am fantastic. So good to be home. You have absolutely no idea. No way no better than you for sure.
So what brought you home?
What brought me home, I have a couple bookings now. The thing kind of up now. You know, Winford. So I got a couple bookings, and I'm just here visiting family as well, and basically just shooting some more episodes for my show because people are begging for them. So I have to get it out for them.
Oh, wow. It's going that well.
Yes, it's going that well, thankfully.
And recently you were in Cuba.
Yes.
And you did a piece or two on it.
Yeah, I launched season 3 from Cuba, and I'd like to think of myself as a little Cuban / Jamaican now. Cuba was amazing. The people there were great. I had some great episodes, and just the reception from them has been really well, because I've been going out, people are like, oh, Chiney K, you know, I'm gonna see a Cuba series, and you know, they like it, and that's when I started adding the vlogging as well to get more of the behind the scenes of the shoot, and people just absolutely love Cuba. I love it, except the food. Yeah.
So you stayed, how long did you stay over there?
I was in Cuba for about 5 days. So I did a bunch of episodes while I was there, even through the weather. The weather wasn't that great all the time, but I still made sure I got some episodes out for the people.
What was different? What was the thing that stood out as most different from your perception going in?
My perception going in, because the media makes it seem like, oh, Cuba, you know, communist country and this. But when you go into Cuba, the people are extremely friendly. I met a lady on a plane and I went to her house right after. And like I said, they're very nice, they're very accepting. And I didn't say I was American. Once I said I'm Jamaican, and once you said Jamaican, oh my goodness, it just opened a whole different can of worms over this. They absolutely love Jamaica, Camden, which I didn't really kind of expect. But you know, thankfully to Usain Bolt and our track and field team, they really love Jamaica based on that, and also the music. Them even did I play some Jackie in the street and a dance and a bag of something.
But they're our neighbor. They know,
but like you said, if you go in with some kind of assumptions, then you know you kind of really don't know. But you really didn't expect that. Number one, they don't speak English; they speak Spanish. So you really didn't expect that to a certain extent, even though music does reach everyone. But just certain things I didn't expect at all. But I liked it a lot.
Jamaica is always on their mind.
Jamaica.
Okay, so all right, so let's talk a little bit about what's on the minds of people in the tri-state now.
On the minds of the people in the tri-state, you know, things are faring kind of rough right now because of the government. Thankfully,
the Trump government.
The Trump government, right? So, and it's even affected me, believe it or not, because I recently started shooting in America again for the show, and once you back out the camera, people just start running because, you know, they're rounding up immigration, they're rounding people up. So I remember I was in the Bronx and I approached him and I'm like, hey, my name is Chet. Once a man's in the camera, no lie, him go across the road and I run, and everybody was laughing. People are a little bit skeptical to come on camera now because of that whole thing. I don't know why. Maybe some people just don't want to do it, but some people are eyed. Maybe some people run off and did it. So that for me was it was an awakening for me to now include that in my thoughts when I go out to shoot, that because of the government now, a lot of people do not want to go on camera.
Okay, so
off camera, we have great conversations, but on camera, them really not messing with
But
it.
to what extent is that affecting entertainment in this space? Entertainment spots, for example, and events. Are people coming out to events?
People are going out to events. Now the weather is breaking. People are going out to events. However, you know, the immigration, people, they're going to like courthouses to round up people. They're going to different events. They're even trying to get into schools to deport people. So I think now people still go out and enjoy themselves, but I think they're more laying low.
So what are they talking about in terms of Jamaica now?
Oh, in terms of Jamaica?
Things that are happening here in Jamaica, especially in dancehall space. For example, the Aishana.
Oh, the Aishana thing?
Aishana slash Dexter Daps intro.
Lord. Okay. Aishana, because I do go live on social media and I get a huge following worldwide, people that watch it. And as far as Aishana goes, majority of the people that I talk to online on my live show, they're for the equal rights. So they share their opinion on that. I take polls. Even the guys on there as well are for equal rights. I mean, if I show on the internet and you can't really see them in a person.
And these are Jamaicans?
Yes, these are Jamaicans or people that really follow Jamaican culture closely. They're definitely for equal rights, and everyone is for the Dexter Daps. I mean, I'm for the Dexter Daps as well. So are most ladies.
So everybody's talking about it.
So everybody's talking about it. They're talking about the production of Dexter Daps, his intro, and I talked about it as well as somebody from the production perspective. It's very well done, and I think if you look at back then to now, just the production and the quality of music videos and even music as well coming out of Jamaica, it's definitely improved, and I give props to a lot of artists for that. We just need to keep it going for sure.
Well, Chiney, it's so good to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And tell them where they can find you.
Oh yeah, you can find me everywhere. Just follow the blue hair. Well, basically, you can find me all over social media. Just YouTube, Google, Instagram, anything, Chiney K or the On My Mind series, and you'll be able to definitely find the show, and you guys will be able to enjoy it.
All right, and still to come right here on stage, why does DJ Nicholas's latest work question his faith? Coming up next.
Rifle boss, blink and two-man dead.
Welcome back. As far as the masses know, our guest in this segment is well established as a dancehall gospel artist. But based on his latest project, some may be wondering if he, real name Nicholas Eccleston, has dropped gospel out of his portfolio. Wait till you see and hear his latest project.
Rifle boss, blink and two-man dead.
DJ Nicholas is who we're talking about right now, right here on our stage. Nicholas.
Yeah, man, a blessing being here.
Good to have you, sir. So are you still a gospel artist, sir?
I will always be a gospel artist.
Yeah, so you proudly define yourself
yes,
as a gospel artist.
Yes, yes.
So then explain your newest project.
Well, my newest project is called Shatterman. For me, I have lost a lot of friends, you know, in Jamaica by the gun. And I keep watching the news and I keep seeing people dying by the gun. So this song is targeting those to who it is relative. For example, the people who are shooting, the people who are killing. And I believe as Christians, we must be mouthpiece. We are the watchers of the city. So of course, I'm going to sing about the spiritual man. That is our main purpose. But I believe in addressing social issues. And I believe murdering affects everybody. I've heard of situations where a gunman went into church and killed people. If it didn't affect the Christian, then I wouldn't touch it. But the fact is, it affects us too.
Okay. Well, let's pause right there. Your defense is heavy, to say the least. Let's play the song and then we'll discuss on the other side.
Rifle a bus, blink and woman dead. Rifle a bus, blink and woman dead. Mr. Shataman, how you fi shoot man dead? Mr. Shataman, how you fi shoot man dead?
Bam bam bam, dead inna the street. Kill my brother, now you must get delete. Must lick you down, everybody have to see. Never know me love the right sound when they beat. That me hear the juvenile elephant inna the street. They must get the boy, time a coffin and a reach. Car drive up with the tire, them a squeak. Bam bam bam, time make him go meet.
Well, there you have it. What do you think? Shatterman is the title of that song. So, sir, don't you think that the beat and your delivery distract from the message?
I wouldn't say that at all. I would say because of the cinematography, because of the beat, because of the tone of voice, it will reach what it was intended to reach. Because I have the songs that I know the grandma is going to dance to, like the Holy Ghost Church and the Him and My Daddy. But when I'm trying to reach the man on the street, I'm going to try and appeal to them as best as I can. You know, becoming all things to all men.
So who did take a message like yours that way?
Yeah.
We know that music influence.
Yes, yes, yes.
There's no two ways about music influencing people. But when one is as catchy and danceable as yours,
yes, yes.
Isn't it sometimes more for the fun of it than the message of it?
But for me, nothing is wrong with entertainment, but as I said, the underlying message. Because a lot of times we listen to a song and we enjoy it and we dance until one day we realize what the artist was saying. For example, a lot of Bob Marley songs I used to listen to when I was younger, and it's now when I'm growing I realize what he was really saying. One day, if a person don't get it at that first instant, they will understand what he's saying. And trust me, we're Jamaicans. If we watch that and listen, we know that I'm hitting out against murder, not endorsing it.
And you're not calling the higher power to intervene in this or anything like that. In fact, this song could easily pass for a dancehall song, a regular. Don't you think?
Yeah, but I don't mind if it does, but what is the message? For me, let me tell you, I don't even consider myself a religious person. I don't categorize Christianity as a religion. To me, Christianity is a relationship with God, and I am a vessel of God, so I will use any genre. To me, the beat is just a genre. What makes the difference is the message. So you give me a hip-hop, you give me a dancehall, you give me a reggae, you give me a calypso genre track. That has nothing to do with me. For me, that's just a platform. What makes the difference is what I am saying on that rhythm.
So you consider yourself just an artist?
A Christian artist.
A Christian artist,
yes.
But you're not into religion, you said.
When I said religion, I don't the world standard categorizes Christianity as religion, but as I said, for me, Christianity is bigger than religion. Christianity is a relationship with God.
Okay, so you do music for, is your mainstay in terms of an income?
Yeah, it is my main source of income, but it's my secondary. My source of income from music is secondary. My primary focus is that I'll inspire people.
So is this how you're positioned in Christendom?
I am more unorthodox. I'm not the traditional type of Christian, meaning where I go to church and I have on a formal suit. I'll go to church in a jeans and a t-shirt. Again, it may not be as easily understood by the wider mass, but for me, it comes down to the heart. For example, if I was dressed in the right way, if I did everything according to what the world considers religion and Christian practice, however, when it comes to the matters of the heart, for example, being forgiving, you know, abstaining from fornication, the core principles of Christianity, if I'm not doing that, then I'm just living a facade. I'm just living a character to the public. So the world look at me and say, yes, that a Christian, but what does my lifestyle say? For me, what determines a Christian is not what you see with your eye. It's the lifestyle and the relationship with God. If you check my personal lifestyle, I am married for 12 years. I've never been out of my marriage. I am a guy that have my kids and I take care of my kids. So I follow all the principles, but not the ones that the world holds as accountability. The look and the sound, no, I'm not into that. I'm just about delivering the gospel the best way I know how.
So you fully embrace the core principles?
Yes, the core principles, the Word of God principles.
And there are absolutely no conflicts going on in your head about that?
No conflict for me.
Okay. All right. So what pushbacks are you getting from Christendom then?
To be honest, I get a lot of support from the church, and has always been, because again, they know even though I don't sound like what you would traditionally call a gospel artist, they know me, they know my testimony, they know my testimony when I used to smoke and fight with police and all of that, and they see the transformation, and they have never heard me step out of the box. I said this to Queen Ifrica one time. I said to her, I love your song, Daddy Don't Touch Me There. You know why? Because it's a real issue. People are being raped. Why is it should I see something and constantly avoid it? If it's something that affecting us and even affecting the church, why shouldn't I speak about it?
Okay.
Once it's in the context of Christianity, meaning once it's not contrary. I'm not going to say kill a homosexual. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say kill a raper, but I'm going to say you need to stop raping.
So you are controversial in Christendom?
You may call it controversial, but for me, I'm doing what I know to do.
Just sum up real quick for me your background.
My mom, first of all, my mom is a recording artist. Well, she passed away, so was, you know, Yvette Vassiana. And I grew up in a home listening to a lot of music. My favorite artist then was Bounty Killer. But I had a lot of Rasta friends, and I'm not saying this to ridicule or disrespect Rasta. It was my journey. So I started smoking and following the Rastafarian tradition, very rebellious, fighting with police and all of that. But I remember one day while I was reading the Word of God, because I didn't believe in the Bible, I came across a scripture in Acts chapter 4 verse 12 that says there is no name given among men where mankind can be saved except the name of Jesus. And that gave me a total new revelation, and that was the year 2000. That's what, 17 years ago. Right there and then I started my journey, and my life has never been the same. Even though I'm not the traditional gospel artist, I've gotten some of the biggest platforms to minister on. And you know what keeps me going? The fact when I get testimonies from young people. A lot of young people come to me and say, you know that you encourage me, you know that it's under your ministry I got saved. So I don't worry about what people say. I look at the fruits, and if souls are being saved and lives are being transformed. When I did this song, I know my grandmother is not going to listen to it and dance. She probably don't even understand what the song is saying. But there are people out there, even while we were recording the song, when they heard it, they were just sitting down and listening and meditating. So it will convict who it was intended to convict.
Okay, so it will convict them.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me, are you excluding though the young Christians who are looking to be inspired, to be
excluding?
Led? Yes.
No,
this song.
No, because they are some of the one who is sharing it the most for me.
Yeah, but how are they able to interpret this song?
Because they understand what it is saying.
So they're consuming dancehall and the typical mainstream dancehall that you know.
Yeah, they probably are, but for me, they understand the message. It's the message they are supporting. For example, I have a song called Back to the Owner. I did that years ago, and I'm saying fornication, back to the owner. Now you have a new owner song that is saying total opposite of what I was saying. saying. No, they understand the difference. Trust me, they do.
Yeah, but because they're listening to everything.
This song, as hardcore as it looks and as hardcore as it sounds, I'm not saying I have the biggest gun in the world. I'm saying what you reap, you sow. You need to stop the killing, and they understand it.
Well, I hope so. For the sake of all of us in this country, the rate of crime that we have to face.
Yes, yes.
I hope so. To God, I wish that you're successful in getting that message across to all.
Yes.
And that you change souls and change young people from crime.
All will not appreciate it, I know that, but I honestly believe, and it has started already, that some are going to be inspired to say, you know what, this murdering thing is not for me.
All right, DJ Nicholas. Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming and sharing with us. And again, we wish you well with this song.
Yes, thank you.
All right, there you have him in this segment, DJ Nicholas. Wow. And that's our show for this week. Winford Williams, on behalf of all of us, thanking you for joining us. Do join us again next week for more On Stage.
Greetings. Rifle boss, Lincoln, woman dead. Rifle boss, Lincoln, woman dead. Mr. Shataman, how you fi shoot man dead? Mr. Shataman, how you fi shoot man dead? Nothing say you tough, calm down, nobody lose your head.